I had never seen a cop so calm in my life. The criminal was holding a hostage, but the officer was casually handing out popsicles to his colleagues. The criminal demanded to know what he was doing. The officer simply told him to wait his turn. A little while later, the officer was still busy with the popsicles. The criminal felt completely invisible. To get everyone's attention, he screamed that he was losing it and things were about to get very ugly. The officer calmly told him not to worry. There was a popsicle for him too. Then the officer climbed up to the roof and asked the criminal if he wanted one. The criminal, suspicious and worried the officer might be armed, told him to take off his clothes. After the officer removed one layer, the criminal still wasn't satisfied and told him to keep going. The officer finally ran out of patience and told the criminal he had handcuffed himself up there and asked him to let the girl go. Once the officer had actually cuffed himself, the criminal released the hostage. Then he started laying into the officer with threats. The officer casually reminded him there was a sniper right behind him. The criminal got so spooked, he immediately ducked behind the officer for cover. Once he confirmed the sniper was gone, the criminal sat across from the officer and started venting. Then he pretended to press a remote detonator, thinking they'd both go down together, but the officer didn't flinch. The criminal lost it and screamed at the officer to get on his knees and beg through tears. The second he finished talking, the fully geared SWAT team began pulling back, and even the safety mats at the base of the building were hauled away. The criminal was completely thrown off and asked the officer why everyone was retreating. The officer told him to grab the medical report from his pocket. The results showed he had terminal cancer. The criminal said it served him right, but the officer shrugged. He was going to die soon anyway. If anything, this gave him a chance to go out together, die in the line of duty, and that would be pretty honorable. Then he sat down right next to the criminal, which made him jump. The criminal said he wasn't about to let the officer die a hero, but the officer told him he was actually grateful he'd given him a real opportunity. He also told the criminal he was the one who had ordered everyone to pull back. Then he stood up and reached for the detonator. The criminal panicked. He hadn't expected the officer to be genuinely fearless. He immediately told the officer to calm down, not to do anything reckless, to think about his family and to have faith in medicine. But the officer was done waiting. He told the criminal to stop wasting time, then asked if he loved him. The criminal was floored and cursed him out, asking if he'd lost his mind. Then he immediately threw down the detonator and turned himself in.